Hey folks, Robin here again from Traffic Rockets. This is a principle I've shared before, but I think it's a nice way to think about how you should be thinking about your groups in terms of the efforts you put in to grow your audience and start to get clients from your group consistently. And it's the principle of, are you a farmer or are you a pirate? And it's a great way to think about it, at least I think it is, because the principle of a pirate who just comes in, pillages, takes everything he can get his hands on and then disappear over the ocean seas, when compared with a farmer who takes great care of his land, his crops, her land, her crops, her animals, his animals, whatever it may be. So it's a great way to think about it, because when you're running your groups, it's not too dissimilar. And unfortunately, too many people actually behave more like pirates than they do behave like farmers. And what I mean by that is those who are kind of new in their coaching business, new maybe advertising their products and services, they have a desire for money that often inhibits them from having the patience required to actually get the money that they would deserve if they just had that little bit more patience. So for example, running advertisements just to get people to come and buy your high ticket program, or as soon as someone comes into your group or onto your email list, pounding them, just looking for them to sign up right away before they've even ever had any time to kind of get to know you, get to know, like, and trust you, get to how to get a sense of who you are, what your product or service does, how would it be a fit for them, and so on and so forth. Whereas if you take the farming approach, where if you think about it, season is early, the farmer's got to go out and plough his or her field. They then got to go out and sow the seeds. They then got to make sure that the fields have enough water or maybe pesticides or whatever. I'm not a farmer. And then over time, the sprouts start to come up from the ground, and eventually there's a bountiful harvest. And then you harvest the crop, sell it, and make your money. So it's obviously far longer approach than the pirate who just sails up beside you and jumps in and takes everything. But when the pirate does that, there's nothing else. There's no asset to the pirate. He wins by taking like a one night stand, and that's the way many of you are running your advertising. It's like, have that one night stand, go in, get as much as you can when you can, and go. But when you do it that way, you aren't building any assets. You aren't building any depth with your audience. But if you do in the farming analogy, where when people come into your group, you allow them time to breathe, you allow them time to get to know you, you give them lots and lots of value and content. There you're sowing your seeds. That's what you're doing. And then over time, as they get to know you better and better, your crop will start to sprout from the ground, and then it'll start to eventually become a bountiful harvest. And the more you do it, the more the more seeds you sow, the bigger your harvest is, and it gains momentum over time in the same way exactly as we teach you what to do within the Merlin method and how to manage your Facebook group. I think it's a nice way to look at it. I hope it's helpful for you as well to kind of get that understanding. And I do appreciate that, especially for those of you who are starting out, there's a desire for money, and that's totally cool. I understand that. It shouldn't be the only focus. If you focus more on keeping your clients happy and delivering for them, the money just comes, just a byproduct. But if you take that time to have that little level of patience and understand that at the beginning, just give people time. Yes, you might have that desire for money, but it will come. As long as you keep serving your audience, it will come. And once it starts to come, it just then rolls and rolls in greater momentum. And it comes more and more and more. The more people you put into the group, the more volume of new members you put into the group, the more you serve them and follow the process as we teach you here in the group, you will bear fruit. To a degree you just can't even imagine if you do it properly. So have that patience. Don't be a pirate. Be a farmer. And if you do that, you'll see great things happen in your business. I'll see you on the next one.